Wait,
My friend,
what's up?
I'm quite excited to see Captain Marvel.
No. You know, that's a good. You know what? Do the intro. Do the intro. Then we'll talk about this.
We doing I don't know what to call this podcast.
Yes, you can do the intro since I've done it a few times already.
Okay. Give me the countdown. 3, 2, 1. You want to give me a countdown?
Okay, I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Welcome to the I don't know what to call this podcast, where we accept everyone by their gender, race, and creed. Chicks with dicks, dudes with vaginas. It's okay. Whatever you like, we like to. Just joking. We don't give a fuck. Welcome to this podcast. I am the co-host, LD. This is my friend Pitt. We'll have some fun here.
Precisely. Now tell me why you're excited for Captain Marvel.
Okay, I'm more excited for Captain Marvel because they're doing like the backstories to a bunch of different stuff. It looks like it's going to be good, and it has my favorite store of all time in it, which is Blockbuster. I miss Blockbuster. Blockbuster was my safe
Hey, I'm
space.
with you. I miss it too, but you know it's dead.
No, there's still one left. There's still one left.
But they're not making any money.
Oh, they in the small town. I watched a documentary on it earlier this month about it, and they're actually doing quite well.
Compared to Netflix, you know, they're kind of dying.
Well, yeah, no, it's the last one.
I think it's doing pretty well because of the nostalgia factor, and everyone likes going to it. Plus, it's the last one, so everyone wants to support it.
Also, it's just like, if Netflix doesn't have a movie, it doesn't have a movie. If Blockbuster didn't have a movie, they would get it for you.
Yeah.
But that's beyond the point. I think we should get into some other topics. What should we talk about now?
What's up, Battlefield Black Ops 4? All right, real quick. Did you watch Venom?
I have not watched Venom. No.
I haven't watched it either, but I lost the bet, so I have to watch it.
You lost a bet, so you have to watch it?
Yeah.
What bet did you lose?
It was a stupid bet. Look, the guy that was going to see a bet on me, he said, "Hey, if I think it's a 4, you have to watch it. If I think it's a 3, you don't have to watch it." Like, all right, bet. See, the thing is, this guy
could have a completely shitty
exactly.
taste in movies,
He does. He does, because he likes Batman and he's Superman. Bruh.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him that question before I made the bet.
No. So, see, that like my view on Batman v Superman, and this is a tangent, is the graphic novel movies that DC has been doing are on point.
Dude.
Each and every single one of DC's animated movies are on point. They can't be beaten. I think they should just focus on those. If they put 100% of their focus on those, we have great movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Justice League War is a better version of the Justice League movie. Not to mention the Justice League movie was like a complete freaking ripoff of Justice League War.
Justice League War.
War, yes.
Oh, War, gotcha. Yeah.
But the only difference is during the invasion, instead of Darkseid, they used Steppenwolf, who is a pussy.
I still want to see my boy Martian Manhunter up there.
Oh, dude, agreed. Completely agreed. The last one they just did, The Death of Superman, was phenomenal.
Haven't seen it.
Even better than the original Superman Doomsday.
That's a hard one to beat, dude.
Dude, my issue with Superman Doomsday was the death of Superman was like the first part of that movie, and it only takes like 15 minutes, and then the clones of Superman start showing up. Cool. The death of Superman, the whole point is him fighting Doomsday.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of the movie.
Then both losing, to be honest.
And the fight is phenomenal.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I understand.
Like, it's definitely, like, watch that and you'll realize why Batman v Superman sucks, because their Doomsday is freaking The Teenage
Alright, I'll
Mutant
watch
Ninja
it.
Turtles.
I'll get to it. I gotta get to it.
Like, you'll enjoy it. It's really good. And freaking Martian Manhunter's in it.
Alright.
He's pretty dope in it. Yeah, let's talk about Black Ops 4 and
Black Ops
Battlefield
4. Hey, look. As much as you don't like the game, it's pretty solid. Don't get me wrong, it's not the greatest game in the world. Zombies could be better. That UI for zombies is so trash. The HUD.
The UI?
Yeah, it looks so garbage. Like, they need to fix it. They need to redo it. They need to do something else with it. It's too much. It just looks horrible. Like, just complete shit. They need to redo it. Like, the multiplayer HUD looks awesome. The Blackout HUD looks awesome. It's just the zombies HUD looks horrible. Where'd you go? Hello?
I'm still here. Don't worry about me. I'm not leaving.
Did you mute your mic?
I was filling up a glass of water, okay?
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
want it to be heard.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, yeah.
Oh, I bet he's peeing in a toilet, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not. I'm filling up a glass of water because I like to hydrate.
Anyway, it's just the HUD. The HUD annoys me so much on zombies because it looks so like messy. And the dogs are overpowered as heck right now.
The dogs?
Yeah.
In zombies?
In Blood of the Dead zombies.
Okay. Wait, Mob of the Dead's back?
Yeah. Not in the way it's not a straight remake. It's like a reimagine kind of, but it still has all the old stuff. Just they open up a new areas.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I wanted a remake too, but they make the map a lot harder.
Look, Treyarch, you know what you should make next, Treyarch? And I know you'll never hear this because we're two losers in the basement of our parents' house making videos. But Treyarch, make a Call of Duty zombie game. That's all its main point is zombies.
Everybody wants just a like, dude. If they separate three modes, it'll be fine. Like they separate zombies, separate battle royale, and separate multiplayer. So you buy what you want and play what you want.
No, like, okay, so back in my day, because I'm an old fart, Pitt, you were somewhat an old fart, you remember when zombies were when you were stuck in a room trying to survive something. Not do, hey, come over here, do a backflip, and in the middle of the backflip, flip out your wiener, jack off, and squirt jizz on the ceiling, so we get a super duper awesome weapon.
But to be fair, they toned down that a lot. In Blood of the Dead, you don't have to do that. It's right in there. You get the ray gun in there.
You don't have to feed the wolves?
You can if you want. If you want a tomahawk.
Okay.
Like that's only if you want to. You can play with that. The gas. What was it called? The acid gas right in the box. So you just take out the box. Same thing with the ray gun. The other maps, I played 9. 9 is the only map you have to build the wonder weapon. And I haven't played the void. Yeah, I haven't played.
No.
No. 9 as in 9, like the Roman number 9.
Oh, yeah. And that whole time travel thing, like, I'll give points for stepping on the limb and like following the herd of cattle that is Guitar Hero off of the cliff and putting a battle royale game into that.
Battle Royale's pretty good. Battle Royale is pretty solid.
Their version of Battle Royale is more like a multiplayer map of...
Damn dogs.
What is it? Of Battlefield. The giant map where there's a bunch of people. Now, 100 people that hasn't been heard of in a game since... what was the game on PS3?
Section 8?
Section 8 was good. That one had a lot of people. But no, there was a first-person shooter on.
Was it free to play?
Hold on, let me. Yeah, it wasn't a free to play. It was only multiplayer. And this was before only multiplayers were free.
Dust 514?
No.
That was free to play on PS3.
No, it wasn't a free game to play on PS3.
Mag?
Was it Mag?
That's the only game that pops into my mind is Mag. I don't think anyone tried to put 100 players in the game back in the day. Because they probably deemed it impossible, especially on PS3 or Xbox 360. Those consoles had limitations. I don't think they had 64 v 64 in Battlefield 4 on PS3. I think it was 32 v 32.
No, there was a game where it was like 100 v 100. Like there was 200 people on the map. It was a first-person shooter.
You sure?
100-man teams. Yeah, it was. If it wasn't 100 people, it was close to it. It was. I think it was MAG.
Probably was MAG. But even then, that game wasn't that great.
But that game wasn't that great. Now, Battle Royale games, they're all the rage now. Like 10 years ago, Guitar Hero was the rage. I remember everyone had to have Guitar Hero. It was the coolest thing ever. No, it's not. It sucks.
Hey, I like Guitar Hero.
Hey, okay, I did like playing Guitar Hero 2 once. It was fun.
Once, yes, once.
But then it kind of got overrated. Well, we have Rock Band. It's like, well, we have Rock Band 2.
Then you have DJ Hero.
And then DJ Hero comes out, and it's like, it's that video. Remember the video you sent me where it was the Me6 versions of Battle Royale? You got me into this because they got me into this. And they got me into this because they got me into this. And it's not my fault because they got me into this.
They got me into this.
That's the only reason we're doing this. And my only counter argument for Black Ops 4 is they were lazy.
No, for sure.
And I have the perfect argument for it. Battlefield 5 is going to have a Battle Royale mode.
Yeah, but they're also
going to have a story mode. They're feeding the sheep too, but they're also going to have a story mode. And Battlefield games usually have a pretty good story mode.
I haven't played Battlefield 1 story mode.
Neither have I. I haven't played Battlefield 1.
Okay, you didn't play Battlefield 1. But dude, I'm a big Battlefield supporter.
Battlefield 4 had a great storyline.
Yeah, I love
Battlefield 3, a lot of people didn't like Battlefield 3, and I'm gonna get back to this.
Dude, I love Battlefield 3. What are you talking about? Oh, the story.
Story mode.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about it.
The story mode was awesome, and I love that they had characters in the story mode for Battlefield 4. They did change the voice actor, and they used the voice actor.
Dude, I wanted a voice in Battlefield 4. That annoyed me so much. I didn't have a voice. I was captain of the squad, and I didn't have no voice in the say. I didn't have a say in the matter. You know what I mean? Now there's some parts where they ask you a question, and you can't answer because your guy's a mute. I'm like, bro, why are you asking me these questions if I can't say nothing?
But it's a really funny thing is another game that was so much better than Battlefield 4, but it lost its entire fan base. It's Titanfall.
Titanfall is different because it came out in between Battlefield and Call of Duty. EA killed that game.
EA did kill that game.
They should have released it way later. You shouldn't have put them in between two giants like that because Titanfall 2 is a niche game by itself.
But it's one of the best first-person shooters on the market.
For sure, I love it. It's very fun game.
It's one of the best multiplayer first-person shooters on the market.
It's a very fun game.
Yeah.
All DLC was free too, if I remember correctly, right?
All but the Prime Titans.
Yeah.
But that's whatever. And Respawn is now making, and the reason that Titanfall 2 had a great multiplayer and a great story is because it was from the same minds who created the first Modern Warfare, which was an amazing first-person shooter story and multiplayer.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I just wish the campaign in Titanfall 2 was a lot longer. It was too short. It was like 2-3 hours, right? No, it was like 4 hours max, right?
It was about 6 hours if you played it right. If you played it right.
It felt like 4 or 5.
But it had a lot of interesting. It's just like, hey, we need to create a level. What should the level be about? The level should be like Portal, but instead of Portal, it's time travel. And you have to get around. Boom, let's do it. Let's have the level where it's building the final stage of the boss fight. Awesome, let's do that. And each one of those things were awesome in their own right. Not to mention the relationship you built between BT and you. Between Bravo Tango and
what was your name? Dude, I don't remember
Jack
the guy's
Cooper.
name. There you go.
Jack Cooper, Rifleman Cooper.
Oh.
And when they asked you a question, like, it gave you a chance to
It
say
gave
something.
you a choice, yeah.
You would say something, and you would actually, the character in the game would say it. Instead of just NPCs responding.
Hey, okay,
and
okay, continue. I have a topic. I just thought of a topic right now.
Okay. And it was just like the part where you pick up the first Titan modification, where you get the single shot tracking system, where you have to shoot them 3 times, then you can launch the missiles. And Jack Cooper's like, hey, Rifleman Cooper's like, you sound like you're in love, BT. And BT says, love is based off of dedication, admiration, blah, blah, blah. On those standards, I'm 75% in love with this thing. And it's just like, boom.
That was
You
great.
did it. You did it, game. You did it.
Yeah.
You showed what it was like to care. And if you care about something,
They did their
and you
job
make a
right.
game about, and you make a game and you care about that game, it's not for money, and you could care less whether it sells, but you want people to play it, boom. Other companies have done that. Last of Us, for Uncharted, they thought the game was going to be hated, and it was Game of the Year. Except for Spike, which picked Grand Theft Auto 5, which I don't understand, but that's just something else that we can talk about
Calm
later.
down with The Last of Us, alright? You're a bigger fan of it than me. I think it's an alright game.
It's not a bad game.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Now it was.
Like I don't think
very
it's this
different.
like polished. Like I don't think this is like this untouchable game that everyone claims it to be. You know.
Oh no. There are many problems with that game.
I think it's a good game, but I don't think it's like this mega perfect badass game. I think it's a good game.
I still prefer the Uncharted series over.
Dude, I prefer
The
Doom
Last of
over
Us
The Last of Us. I prefer The Walking Dead over The Last of Us, season 1.
Now, season 1 of the pre-abortion games, Telltale, that has finally gotten aborted. Oh, I love that so much.
Good. That's a good segue to our next topic. Yeah, Telltale games. What do you think about them getting canned?
Well, if you ever saw on my PlayStation, what it says under my character description is, war is coming, and Telltale games equal retarded games, or retarded babies. I can't remember which it says. Because if you're playing as Batman, and then his body starts spinning around, but his head is standing in the way, and it's like the reverse exorcist, it's just like, man, you put out a creamy game.
See, to be fair, I didn't play any other game besides The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. I played a bit of Game of Thrones.
The Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead were the first ones they ever did.
Yes, and they were great.
So I will allow those to be good.
Look, season
I
1 Walking
played
Dead is pretty good. Season 2 is where it falters. Season 3 is alright. I haven't played
But
the
it's
fourth one.
incomplete.
No, the fourth one's
the
the one
final
complete.
Oh, I love that.
Hold on real quick.
Uh-huh.
I believe Robert Kirkman bought Skybound, the company, the publishing company that has the rights to The Walking Dead. So I'm pretty sure they're getting some help in finishing
Not to
the
mention,
game.
they look like a rip-off of Borderlands.
Calm down. It's an art style. Calm down. You can't say Battlefield 1 looks like a rip off of Call of Duty. Those are the same. It's apples and oranges, dude.
Dude, I had an argument last year when the person says, why are they going back to World War II? That's stupid. Call of Duty was never about World War II. Well, you don't know the story, because the first Call of Duty game and the first Medal of Honor game were about World War II.
And Call of Duty World at War.
And World at War. Black Ops had some World War II stuff in it. A lot of the Call of Duty games were about World War II. And that's what was so cool about Battlefield 1 last year, about being the war.
Yeah, but you didn't play it. I played that game. I didn't like it. It wasn't Battlefield. It was like Battlefield for like dummies.
Oh, Battlefield for Dummies. Yeah. Well, and EA hates the best Battlefield title, which would be Bad Company.
Bad
and
Company. Everyone loves Bad Company.
Bad
I love
Company
Bad
1
Company.
and 2 had amazing story. Everything was destructible, and the guys came out and said those 2 games were a mistake.
I know.
Now everyone's expecting those games to be like that. But that's what was so fun about
That's what's so
games.
fun. Blowing up a freaking building, blowing up a wall, doing whatever the fuck you wanted.
Dude, and they would take jabs at freaking Modern Warfare in the story. They would just be like, hey, if this was a snowmobile, I'd be kicking your ass. Snowmobiles are for pussies. You know, they should be sending some special ops people with heartbeat sensors on their guns, but people send us because we're cheaper. Dude, it was such a good game series.
Great game.
And it had a cliffhanger ending for a 3rd game. And then they started making Battlefront. And they picked up the Battlefront stuff. They started making Battlefield 3, and instead of making Battlefront, because they were making Battlefront, Bad Company 3, they got the rights to make the Battlefront games. And the first
yeah, but they didn't get that until like Battlefield 4. They got those rights. That's when they announced them. That's when they announced making it. So it was a few years after, but they said they never were making another Bad Company. I'm like, bro, why? Why not? Everybody wants another Bad Company. It's good.
That's very true. Everyone does want another Bad Company.
Don't get me started on the Battlefront games right now, dude. Like those games are just a shell of their former selves.
That's what I thought. Here we go. Here's one. Unplug. Plug in here. Plug this one in there. Boom. Perfect. I am back.
What are you doing?
No, my headset started making
gotcha.
oh, your headset's about to die. So I plugged it into my battery pack that I carry around with me.
Okay.
But let's talk about Battlefield 5. I'm very hopeful about the story campaign because they showed a female wearing all white, and I'm hoping she's the deadliest sniper from World War II who was a female Russian sniper who had like 300 plus confirmed kills.
Is she a Russian?
Yep, she was. I don't know if she's Russian, but we are going to be playing as the Nazis. So, and it's so I was guessing Russian. I was hoping it would be Lady Death. I'm just hoping. That'd be really cool. Let's talk about sci-fi games for a little bit. Let's move to the topic of a game that I'm really excited about, and you haven't told me your thoughts on it yet.
Okay, Star Citizen, right?
Yeah, Star Citizen Squadron 42, the United Empire of Earth. That game looks interesting. I'm not going to say it looks good or it looks bad, but they have a lot of star talent in there. They got Scully from X-Files. We got Mark Hamill from Star Wars. They even have Gimli in the game. They have Reznor from Black Ops, which is, of course, one of my favorite actors, Gary Oldman. I can't remember what movies he was in, but he's been in a couple. He was in the Green Lantern movie that sucked.
Ryan Reynolds?
Not Ryan Reynolds. He played Sinestro. He's that British actor.
I don't know.
Have you ever watched The Kingsman?
No. I've seen bits and pieces.
He plays Merlin in The Kingsman. He's a really good actor in my book too. The game looks interesting. Now, I'm more excited to hear about this because that game was in development hell recently, I believe. Now I could be talking out my ass because I like talking out my ass. It's quite an easy talent of mine. But there is a game coming out that you're excited about. What game is that, my friend?
Fuck, what game was it? There's only one real game I want that's coming out right now. It's Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
What's the
but the game I'm Cyberpunk.
Oh, cause look, I'm 50-50 on Cyberpunk because I hate the whole that your character has a letter for a name. Really annoys me. really annoys me. Like, dude, just give me a name. Don't call me a letter. No, don't give me a letter for a name. No, nobody does that in real life. Nobody calls it, hey, that's T, or hey, that's J, or that's F. No, nobody calls anybody a letter for their name. They have abbreviations for their name, like Matthew, Matt. That's fine, but you don't call someone Tyrone T. You just call him Tyrone. You know what I mean? Like, I never heard someone call someone a letter.
I actually have. I get called a letter, and
But I'm pretty sure this is like a joke.
I call my cousin a letter, and one of my best friends from elementary school. His name was really long. It started with D. We just called him D. What up, D?
I don't know. For me, that just annoyed me. That's one of my personal preferences. It just annoyed me.
I get called Dirty D with my work friends.
Yeah, but that's
So they
different.
call me
That's
D
a
for,
word.
well, yeah, but they just call me D for short. Yeah, what up,
Alright,
D?
whatever. Okay, look, it annoyed me, alright? It annoyed me.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, I understand.
And plus, the trailer dragged on for way too long.
Yeah, I didn't watch the full trailer.
Like, I watched the full thing and just, like, bro, like, why are you showing me all this boring stuff? Just get to the good stuff.
Just get to the good stuff, man. I know what you mean.
It looks like I'm pretty sure it's to be a great game. But for my impressions right now, it feels like a decent game.
Oh, it looks interesting. CD Projekt Red makes some good games, and I'm excited
The
about
Witcher
it.
3 is really good. This is why I'm giving them leeway, because they made The Witcher 3.
They also made The Witcher 2. And The Witcher
Yeah, but nobody played Witcher 1 and Witcher 2.
Say that again, my mic cut out.
Nobody played The Witcher 1 or Witcher 2, bro.
Actually, The Witcher 2, from what I've heard, is an amazing game.
Yeah, I also heard the same thing about Witcher 1, but I'm gonna give you the same. Okay, look, I know people played it out there.
But black people.
Shut up.
Like how God of War doesn't have any Mexicans.
We don't need Mexicans in the game, dude. There's no way. We'll freeze up there.
You're in Poland for The Witcher. You freeze up there too, my friend.
Exactly. That's why you don't see us up there either.
And if you people can't tell, I'm not PC, nor will I ever be PC. Unless PC stands for Pushy Crusher.
Of course, that's what we all are. I lost my train of thought. What's the train of thought again? What were we talking about? Oh, Cyberpunk.
We were talking about CD Projekt. Yeah, we were talking about Cyberpunk. The game has been in the works for a long
speaking of
time.
Cyberpunk,
I remember.
Yeah. Have you heard that the author of the books is trying to sue him for more money?
Yes, I heard.
Because he made it. Because he made a shitty deal.
Not for Cyberpunk, but
for Witcher 3.
The Witcher, yeah. Cyberpunk would be a lot harder to do that because it was a role-playing game from the 80s. Kind of like how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, did you know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't start off as a comic?
What?
It was a role-playing game.
Ah.
I didn't believe that too until my friend showed me one of the original role-playing books. And I was like, holy crap, we should play this. And he's like, no, it's retarded.
It's retarded.
They made it smart when they turned it into a comic, and then they turned it into a movie. That
was great.
Yeah. What else? There were a couple big topics, but I don't want to get into those quite just yet. What other good games are coming out? Like Red Dead Redemption's coming out.
Red Dead's coming out pretty soon. You can pick it up?
No, because the creators of Red Dead, they're the guys who made
GTA?
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, there we go. A felony.
Well, of course.
They made a felony. They also came out and they are pro loot box. So, well, I'd rather not.
It's getting pretty hard to implement loot boxes in certain countries now.
Well, and the U.S. will be one of those people because
maybe.
I think 30 states have already voted to make loot boxes illegal. Ooh, perfect segue. Hold on one second.
All right.
The perfect segue for loot boxes. Let's talk about Battlefront 2, which is actually quite amazing. Well, not amazing. It's made improvements. It's a better game now. And that's just because they put the 104th, which I believe is the Wolf Pack. And now you can have Wolfpack clones in multiplayer. Boom.
Yeah, but the armors aren't that great either. Remember that video I sent you?
Oh no, the armors are not that great. They're working on making them better.
That modder made them 10 times better.
Oh yeah, well that's because the modder cares about his profit, and this profit cared about the product and cared about Star Wars, and that's why he made a better product. And that's what's going to lead us into the next conversation, if you're ready to go there.
Yeah. We're good. You set it up. Go
Well, let's go back a year to when, in my opinion, because I like Sony and I like Microsoft, I like PlayStation, I like Xbox. But I'm a Sony man. I will always trust Sony PlayStation over Microsoft.
Yeah, he's a Sony pony.
A Sony pony. Yeah, I like the gay station. Well, my dad, when I was a kid, my dad got me a PlayStation 2, and he brought my brother an Xbox. So my brother and I, we always played PlayStation and Xbox games together. So I do like them both, but when it came down to it, it was like, who has the most exclusive games? Like, who now both systems had exclusive games, but which system has the better exclusives? PC. PC has the best exclusives ever. Let me just go into that right now. PC. I'm a console peasant. PC master race. I understand. I'm starting to make my PC next year. Don't worry. I'll make mine, and I'll be like.
He'll be there eventually. He'll join us soon.
I've always loved Killzone. I've always loved Ratchet and Clank, and I've always loved Jak and Daxter. From the PlayStation 2.
Ratchet and Clank, dude, best.
Killzone. One of the best lines came from Killzone. What the fuck's a Shakespeare? Perfect line.
What the fuck's a Shakespeare?
Made so much sense. What the fuck's a Shakespeare?
Oh,
then Killzone 2 came out.
Hey, don't forget my boy Sly Cooper, bro.
Oh, Sly Cooper. Now I never really played Sly Cooper.
I love Sly Cooper.
Those were also really fun games. Like, the PS2 had 3 major mascots, and they were Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only one to survive nowadays is Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
They did release the Jak and Daxter game.
Well, it's because Naughty Dog doesn't want to make another Jak and Daxter game.
They were making a 4th one, but it didn't look like Jak and Daxter.
Like Jak and Daxter, yeah.
And then they made another great game series, which became another. Those 3 companies would make another 3. Would make another 3 characters.
Wait, you said
mascots.
PS2, right?
Yeah, that was for the PS2.
I believe God of War was on PS2.
Oh, God of War. God of War. Another great game that came out this year. God of War. Fantastic game. But let's go. And then God of War 2 came out on the PS3, and let's move to the next console generation, the PS3, the chicken cookers.
The chicken cookers.
And those, dude, like the first consoles when they came out, you could take it apart and cook a chicken breast on it.
Bro, did I ever tell you the story when my PS3 started smoking?
No, you never told me that. Tell me your story.
Dude, I was playing Call of Duty 4 for like a week straight. I left my PS4 on, never turned it off. I was playing with buddies, doing glitches, doing Michael Myers, zombies, cops and robbers, and then one day it just started smoking, bro. I was like, dude, what the hell? What's happening? What's happening to my PS3? Just smoke coming out the back. I don't know what to do. I turned it off. It stopped smoking. I turned it back on. It worked just fine. And those things were like bombs. Like they were chicken cookers. They were chicken cookers, bro. They created so much heat that my stupid thing started smoking. Well, it wasn't smart leaving it on either for like a week straight.
It wasn't, and you were bound to get something like that. It was just like, and in the PS3. Let's talk about the 3. Well, God of War 3 was an amazing game. But I'm going to look at 3 other game titles on the PS3 that were new IPs by the same companies that brought us Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper. The Naughty Dog, they brought us Uncharted, Uncharted 2, The Last of Us. All 3 of those games won Game of the Year. Now, I know some people might disagree with some of those games winning. There's also...
the year Last of Us came out, I'm pretty sure it was like almost... I don't remember anything else being there as Last of Us. I'm pretty sure it deserved Game of the Year.
But the only thing that competed with Last of Us was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Grand Theft Auto 5 won Game of the Year from Spike TV. But everyone else gave it to Last of Us. It had Uncharted, Last of Us. Those were great games. There was Sucker Punch brought us Infamous 1 and 2 and Festival of Blood. Oh my goodness! And they were they were phenomenal. Games. Some of the best twists in gaming. Well, not really best twists.
Not best twists, but still good twists.
Good twists. And then making fun of Twilight with Festival of Blood was amazing. And then now, Insomniac didn't forget about the roots. They made Ratchet and Clank games, but in between the years that they were making Ratchet and Clank, they came out with a first-person shooter that stole my heart. And there's Resistance: Fall of Man, and Resistance 2,
bro,
and Resistance 3. Those games were awesome,
bro. Resistance, I forgot all about those games, dude. Oh, those games were great,
dude. The Chimera,
dude. Those games were freaking great.
The stories were great. Now, the third one wasn't perfect, but the third one was still fun. It gave us the sledgehammer.
Bro, Resistance Fall of Man was amazing. I forgot all about those games, dude. Forgot all about them.
Oh, dude, and it's like that series, those games are what made me love PlayStation even more. Because I've always loved Halo. I've always loved Gears of War. But those games stole my heart. And those games were like, you know what? Boom, here we are. And the best Ratchet and Clank game, Future Tools of Destruction and Future Crack in Time, were amazing games because they took a game that was made for kids and they aged it with the kids who played it originally. So they made it darker. And it was phenomenal. Learn where Ratchet and Clank came from. These were just exclusives. God of War 3, another game that just knocked it out of the park. Boom. Out of the park. Game. Then we got the PS4. And it's like, they gave us Uncharted 4, which was good. They gave us Horizon Zero.
There's a bit of a... They fumbled around the first year with Killzone Shadowfall.
They did. Now, Killzone Shadowfall is still one of the best looking first person shooters on the
looking.
It is the best looking. Crappy story.
I didn't like the story at all. It was so trash.
It was bad. They did bring the Shadow Marshals back, which was cool, but they didn't have any of the original characters, man. I wish they brought back Haka from Killzone 1. Haka was amazing. Half Hellgast. Freaking Heg bastard like the rest of them. One of my favorite characters. I'm just getting all hot and bothered thinking about these games, man.
Alright, continue.
That was a cheek noise. That wasn't me choking the chicken. That was just me making a joke. Now, Infamous Second Son came out. Not a perfect game.
That's still a good game. Really I liked it.
It's still a good game. Not as good as Infamous 1 or 2. Definitely not. But I love the game nonetheless because it was just a continuation. I'm just being a Sony fanboy right now. Sony can do no wrong. Now, they did make the greatest game of all time the first year. And that game was Knack. That game was perfect.
Shut up. No. Don't.
Knack could do no wrong.
Stop beaming it up at Knack. No. That game was...
Knack was Dark Souls for 5-year-olds.
No.
Oh yeah, you could only get hit 3 times and then die. This is bullcrap.
Then they made a Knack 2. Nobody wanted a Knack 2.
You know what? I didn't want an Knack 2, but I played it, and you know what? I enjoyed it.
I bet you did enjoy it.
But you also know what I like? I like crappy games.
I know you do.
I think they're fun.
I know you do.
No, the only reason I wanted to play Knack was for the main character being Knack, of course, and just how he was made up of a bunch of little pieces. It was funny. And then the Ratchet and Clank movie is coming out, so they reimagined the first game, but as a storytelling through Captain Quark. So it was a little bit different, and that game was super duper fun.
Super fun.
It was super fun. And then the creators of Killzone and Killzone Shadowfall, they came back with an IP, an original idea. An original IP, never been done before. As a ginger, let's go fight a giant. as a female ginger, a soul stealer, you got to go fight giant robot dinosaurs. I mean, it wasn't a perfect game by any means, but it looked
still
beautiful.
A fun game.
It had a great story. Had a strong female protagonist, and that showed that I'm not just a sexist. That I need my character to have a penis.
It wasn't a cisgender male. That's what they call it.
But dude, as a cisgender male, would you rather play a game where you're looking at a 30-hour game where you're staring at a guy's butt all day long, or a girl's butt all day long? Which is more sexist?
I don't know. You gotta stare at God of War, you gotta stare at Aloy. I mean, Kratos or Aloy.
I'd go gay for Kratos. I've said that before to my fiance. But that was an original idea. Oh yeah, and I'd let him rate.
I just love Kratos. Kratos is an awesome character.
And then God of War earlier this year. Boom! My pick for game of the year right now. Not a perfect game, but a game that showed and shoved down EA's throat that people are still willing to buy and play a single-player game.
A good single-player game.
A good single-player game? No, not even a good
trash
single-player game.
Andromeda was.
Oh, God. But that game also had a multiplayer.
Still trash.
It was trash. I just want them to remake the original 3 and give them back to us. That would make me happy. Heck, just do them as re-releases, not as launch titles. But I'm getting off topic. And then not only did God of War knock it out of the park, it was made with love. It was made with energy. It was made with a good story.
You could tell they cared about everything.
Oh, you could tell they cared about everything. When my favorite video on YouTube nowadays is Cory Barlog watching the reviews come out after the ban was lifted. The
review ban.
Information. The review ban was lifted, and he just starts crying. He couldn't speak, and it just showed how beautiful it was. I platinumed that game. I'm proud to say I platinumed that game. It took me 4 weeks to platinum that game. Thank you, Queen of the Valkyries. Ugh.
Bro, I'm still on Give Me God of War.
Dude, I played and beaten Give Me God of War.
No, I'm still on there. That's why I haven't beat it.
Yeah, I know. Like, now, I've been talking for a while, and I know I'm the co-host. This was your idea.
That's
alright. And then not even. Wait. God of War came out in April, right?
I want to say March. January, March or
Was it
April.
March or April?
I want to say March.
Oh,
I think it's April.
I think it was April 7th. Came out April 7th. Wait, no. Hold on. Let me. GTS, Google that shit. Hold on. God of War.
Yeah, I'm just Google God of War now. April 20th.
Came out on 4/20, Hitler's birthday.
Is that Hitler's birthday?
Davis got. Yep, Hitler's birthday, 4/20. And that's the day that all the hippies celebrate to get high is 4/20 because they love Hitler so much. Those Nazi potheads.
That's funny.
And then not even April, May, June, July, September. September came around, and it gave us another strong single-player game. Not an original IP.
A big boy.
But it was, but it was an original idea. And this also could be Game of the Year. And you know what? If it came down between God of War and this game, I'd be happy about it. Ratchet and Clank's creators, Resistance Fall of Man, Marvel, came
you
to
forgot
Sony.
Detroit Become Human, by the way.
Detroit Become Human came out. Yep, that came out in May. That was another one.
But you haven't played it yet, though.
I haven't played it yet, but I will say I was a big fan of Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is one of my favorite PS3 games of all time. That game gets in my head, and that's why I don't play it that much. But just once a year, I'll play through the story. And then, let's go back. The creators of Ratchet and Clank for the PS2.
Those traitors.
PS3. Now, they did make a game for Xbox, Sunset Overdrive.
Traitors.
But that Sunset Overdrive gave us the Sunset Overdrive engine, which they used for the game I'm about to talk about, that we're about to talk about. One of our favorite games this year. A great open world game, a fun open world game. But let's look at the games they've created. They created, boom, Ratchet and Clank, Resistance Fall of Man, and the Ratchet and Clank future games, which were amazing turns in the story. Then they did Fuse, which was on both Xbox and PS3, but no one really liked it. And then they created a game on Xbox, Sunset Overdrive. Now, I've heard cool things about Sunset Overdrive. I've heard bad things about Sunset Overdrive. I don't care.
I heard it was an alright game overall.
Marvel came to Sony, and they're like, we want to make a video game universe.
We want a good game. We took away the rights from Activision. We're giving you the rights now.
We
do
took
something.
The rights from Activision. And Disney, this is my one shout out to you guys. Take the rights to Star Wars from EA and give it to someone who cares.
Exactly.
Because this shows you why you should do that. And they created, they went to Sony like, hey, could we do a could we make a good Marvel game? That isn't a Lego game. Now the Lego Marvel superhero games were fun. I know this is a roundabout. Like, I know I keep adding stuff in. We haven't even talked about this game yet. And they came to Sony like, hey, we want to make a Marvel game. We want to make an awesome, good Marvel game. And Sony's like, you know what? We know some people. Let's go talk to them. Let's see if we can entice them back to the fold. Come be with us again. And they went to Insomniac, and they're like, "Hey, Insomniac, Marvel wants to make a game. Marvel wants to make a game, and they want to make a good game. And we know you guys like comics, and you guys will make a good game." And then one guy in the background's like, "Hey, let's make a Spider-Man game." And they're like, "We're making a Spider-Man game. You're the directive creator," and they made the best Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2.
Yes. Since Spider-Man 2.
Didn't you say you liked the Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man game?
Which one? What do you mean?
The crap. What was it? Hold on. But they made Spider-Man. They made Spider-Man, and now everyone's like, "Oh, Spider-Man, it's overrated." Blah blah blah. It outsold God of War in 3 days. God of War sold 300 million copies, or was it 3 million copies? 300 million. Wow, that'd be ridiculous. They sold 3 million copies within 3 days. Spider-Man topped that. In 3 days, they topped that. They've topped the sales for a game right now. Dude, two home run single player games, boom, showing that they can still fight. But I've been talking a while. I've let all the hot air out. Let's hand it over to Pitt. Let's have him talk about the game for a little bit.
Oh man, Spider-Man's a good game. It's pretty good. It's really good. It's really good. Really good. One of the best Spider-Man games out there. I wouldn't say it's better than Spider-Man 2 though. Well, that's really close. Really close. One reason I like Spider-Man 2 better than the PS4 one better because of Mysterio. No, what's his name? They got the fish head, the fishbowl.
Mysterio.
There you go. His level was really trippy, really fun. I love this level. If they had Mysterio in this Spider-Man game, I'd say this one would top it. Just for him alone, because he was such a great villain to face. And then at the end of that level, when we fight him towards the end, he's like 7 health bars of health, and I'm thinking, oh, this would be a tough fight. This would be, a freaking hard fight. It's a one-punch fight. Boom.
Oh man.
And I love it. I love it so much. It was a great game.
By the way, for the people who watch these, not many of you do yet, but I believe our fan base is going to explode soon. This is a spoiler warning because we're going to talk about everything.
We're going to talk about
game.
spoilers. We're going to talk about boss fights, train fights, all kinds of stuff.
So call this the end because right now it's just Spider-Man. This is a Spider-Man PSA. This is just oh my goodness. Oh, but I asked you a question last night, and let me share this with the public of the world, the citizens of humans. What game did it better, showing off a character? Arkham Knight, which is the best Batman game to date, or Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man on PS4?
I gotta say Spider-Man.
What's your answer?
I gotta say Spider-Man.
Okay.
That's my boy. I love Spider-Man.
Why do you say Spider-Man, my friend?
Cause I feel like Spider-Man he's more like you could actually be Spider-Man, walk around the streets, say hi to civilians, say what's up, do Spider-Man stuff, give them high fives, then go stop criminals later on. Like you felt like you're Spider-Man, you felt like his problems were your problems. Like whenever Mary J would call him, whenever he had to go to, he was always running late to everything he had to go to. He ran late to Doc Ock, running late to dates, running late to everything. Like you felt like Spider-Man. You felt like you're living his life.
The reveal of Dr. Octavius as his boss, and you walk in there and you're like, oh, we're going to fight Doc Ock in this game, and then it slowly twists to, I don't want to fight Doc Ock.
Yeah,
he was such a good character.
He's such a good guy.
It pulled at your heartstrings. This game made me cry more than God of War did.
I didn't want to fight him.
Oh my goodness.
It was pretty good.
So why do you say he's running late to anything? He has money problems.
He has money problems. Like you feel like you're actually Spider-Man. You feel like, oh dang, bro. This is like real Spider-Man problems, And Batman, you're Batman. You're billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But some of his side missions are very tedious in Arkham Knight, and all the Riddler stuff made me angry. I checked all the trophies to face Riddler. That annoyed me. It still annoys me. I still haven't done it.
I still haven't done it either. I've caught every villain except Riddler, and that's included.
That's the only reason why Arkham Knight does not triumph Spider-Man, because I've faced every villain in Spider-Man. I'm not saying Arkham Knight.
I'm saying Arkham City.
Oh, City. Ah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Arkham City was one of the best superhero games of all time, my friend. But I still have to give it to Spider-Man.
I'll give it to Spider-Man too. Just because I love Spider-Man.
I love Spider-Man as well.
I love the swinging mechanics. I love everything about that game. It feels legit.
I think the traversal in this game was so much better than any of the Arkham games.
Some of the best I've seen ever of Spider-Man games. So just him going, just all of the animations they do, like when he's running through the fire escapes, running up the fire escapes, like he web swings on them, or he goes through them. Yeah.
Flip. It was awesome. The voice actor was great. The person who played Aunt May, oh my goodness, was awesome. You could visit Uncle Ben's grave. That was a straight rip. That was a straight rip off from being able to go in Arkham City and seeing where your parents were shot. But you could go to Uncle Ben's grave? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, we showed it at the end of the game where it's just like, oh, there's Aunt May's grave. And it's just like, wait, Uncle Ben's grave was there too. Is it in the game? It is in the game. And then you got a freaking trophy. You got a trophy. Now, it took me 4 weeks to platinum God of War. It took me 4 days to platinum Spider-Man.
It took me a week to platinum Spider-Man. That's how fun it was. I loved it so much.
Oh, dude, and it's like, oh my goodness. And let's talk about another thing that was that people have been saying about the Spider-Man game. Xbox fanboys usually. Now some Sony fanboys have said it too. But Spider-Man's combat is a straight ripoff.
No, it's not.
Of the Arkham games, the counterattacks.
It is not.
That is true, but Arkham stole that from Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why everyone forgets that, dude. It annoys me.
Dude, I forgot about that, and then
How'd
they
you
said
forget
that, and I was
about
like,
that?
dude, I'm old. I have Alzheimer's.
I'm old too, bro. I didn't forget that. I love Spider-Man 2. I love that game. So I played like 3 times when I was a little kid. It was so fun.
Now, in the beginning, I did hate that it was circle and not triangle because I was playing the Shadow of Mordor game before that game came out, and then it was triangle.
I was so used to Batman doing triangle.
I was getting punched in the dick the whole day long, just punch in the dick.
I know, bro. It's just sad. I kept missing the counter button so many times. I'm so used to triangle from Batman. So used to it, and then this game is it's circle. That annoyed me. That annoyed me so much.
But it only took me a couple hours to get adapt to it, and then I was happy with it. And then it was kind of smooth sailing, and it was like another thing that it has in common with the Arkham game. There is a bunch of different suits, and it's so easy to change them. A bunch of different suits,
and they're so fun.
Hold on, I have it opened right now. Let me go through, yeah, and just.
Well, there's 2 suits I don't like. It's the underwear suit, which you like, and then the university suit's got me angry.
The ESU suit.
The only reason why that makes me angry is because you had to do so much work for those suits, and then when you get them, you're like, I was very disappointed when I got them. Like, I wouldn't mind if they were just suits like you level up to get. Okay, that's fine. It's just a level up one. It's all right. But no, the fact that you had to do so much hard stuff to get them made me angry. One of them had to get all 50 secret photos. And the other one, you complete the game 100%.
But there was a suit modification that let you see the secret photos if you were near them, so you could go take a picture of them.
Yeah, but even then, that thing's kind of shoddy. I had to look online for the photos.
So did I. So the naked suit is probably one of my favorite ones because, dude, like, you're stealing someone's car, and then this dude in underwear and a mask beats the crap out of you, and then you get to go like, I got beat up and thrown in here by Spider-Man. So did I, man.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, but he was naked when he did it to me, and it's just like, oh, that's hilarious.
Bro, the Twitter feed in your menu is so amazing. It's so funny. I love it. And it's such a good thing to have that. Like, just hear the citizens talk about you on Twitter, and it's actually like it sounds like real people tweeting this stuff out too. That's what's so great about it. They somehow have misspelling errors. It's just great. Like it feels like real people are messaging you. It's just so
only
great.
thing that would have made this the best Spider-Man game, in my opinion, like now, okay, Spider-Man 2 is still one of my favorites. Like this one's good, but the thing that would make this a perfect Spider-Man game is if hold on, let me look him up. Spider-Man.
Spider-hyphen.
Because that's how you spell Spider-Man.
Oh, and then J. Jonah Jameson, bro. Loved him. Loved him throughout the whole entire game. He's a guy I love to hate, which is why I love him. Because he's just great. He's a epitome of fake news. It's so great.
If they got the guy who played him in J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, bro.
If he was the voice of J. Jonah Jameson in this game.
Hey, he kind of sounded like J.K. Simmons, kind of. You know, he was close.
Was close. But like even like Disney's cartoon Spider-Mans, they have J. Jonah Jameson voiced by J.K. Simmons.
Oh, they do?
And like that would have made the game. Yeah. And it's these little clips, and it's a funny Easter egg. But it's just like if that was in this game, it would have been so funny.
So funny, dude. Dude, I love J. Jonah Jameson.
I also like swinging around town naked, just the wind in my crotch.
Oh,
Just feels
he
great.
comments on you swing around naked too.
He does. Oh yeah, he does.
He does. It's like, think of the kids. They're seeing this man swing around naked.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great, dude. I love that guy. All right.
But it's damn near close.
It's close. It's close to being perfect. But it's such a fun game.
Let's talk about the story for a little bit.
Dude,
So we have, yeah.
I didn't expect Mr. Negative to be that big of a villain, or be that great of a villain. But it's pretty good villain for what he was.
All
Especially
the
me
villains
not
in this
hearing
game,
him, not hearing of him at all. Like, he's fairly new, and I didn't even know him until I saw the game. And I thought it was a Sony made, like, a brand new villain, but it wasn't. It was like a like a brand new villain for the game. But no, he came from the comic books. He's just a very he's a very new villain, like 10 years new. He's not like a 50+ year villain.
Well, yeah, and it's just like the amount of Easter eggs in this game were phenomenal.
Dude, they were great.
Oh, but yeah, let's talk about the story. And it's like I didn't want them to tell us who Mr. Negative was. Oh, it's Aunt May's boss. And I was like, oh, that's dumb. Thanks for ruining it. And then you play the game, and you're like, wait a minute,
It's Aunt
he's
May's
not the main
boss.
villain.
Oh, yeah,
And
he's
you
the main
start to-
villain. Yeah.
He's not the main villain, and then you realize who the main villain is, and it's Doc Ock.
Doc
and you
Ock.
see his transformation.
Bro, I didn't
and
want
that
him
he
to be
was
the main
bad
villain.
the whole time. And he was the mastermind behind it all. And you're just like, holy crap.
Was he bad the whole time though?
Mm-hmm. He was the one behind Mr. Negative.
No, not really. That was Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn
made him.
and Norman Osborn and Dr. Octavius made him. Well, Norman Osborn made him, and then Dr. Octavius tried to help keep his powers in check.
He wanted to consult, like, he didn't make him on like Norman went without Octavius's approval. He went and did stuff to the kid.
And it was like killed his parents, and then you find out like Dr. Octavius has been planning this whole thing. Because like when you find the lair,
Yeah.
and then oh my goodness, and Shocker was phenomenal, even though he wasn't even that big of a boss.
This
But like,
guy.
the amount of work they put into this game was awesome.
Dude, they redesigned the suits. Yeah, bro. It was fucking great.
Dude, and like hold on, let me go into the suits right now. Suits. The Velocity suit. An original design never seen before for Spider-Man. Made by the guys who've drawn Spider-Man. The advanced suit. Original for
You
this
say
game.
it made by the guys who made Spider-Man, but it's like there's been like 50+ people who've drawn from Spider-Man.
But it was one of the comic book artists who made it.
There's
for
a lot
the
of
game.
comic books artists that draw Spider-Man.
Hold on. And then at the end of the game, where like everything's happened, and at the end, because he passed this year, in loving memory of Steve Ditko.
Who's Ditko?
Boom.
Oh, the guy who made him?
He-
Okay.
He's the guy who came up with the idea with Stan Lee and drew him for a long time.
Gotcha. Oh, dude, speaking of drawing suits, I love it when you find that little paper of him drawing out his suits, and you see like a Deadpool mask right there with a big X over it. That was great.
Yeah. But like the Spider Armor Mark III. Oh, jeez.
Bro, that one looks so good.
He looks like the Red Hood. So Spider-Man and the Red Hood had a baby.
Wait, Mark 3. Mark 3 is the black one?
Mark II is the black one. Mark
Okay, I'm thinking of
III
Mark
is the
4.
red one.
Or
Mark
5.
IV
Is it 5? 5 is the
Mark
one that
IV.
looks like the original suit.
No,
Just all
Mark
metal.
IV is the one that looks like the original suit.
Okay,
the Mark
okay.
V I call is the anti-op. But like, oh
Gotcha.
my goodness, the big time suit, not my favorite, but a cool one to wear at night. The negative suit, also really cool one. The and I hear people say this is the stupidest one, the Fear Itself suit. I love the Fear Itself suit. Like, people need to stop
that
hating.
one.
That one's awesome.
That one looks great.
Huh?
That one looks great. Looks better than the Secret War one. That one looks horrible.
That one I don't mind. I haven't used it a lot.
That's the only one I think out of the main suits besides the underwear suit and the university suit that I won't never wear because it looks so bad. That's in my opinion. I just don't like how it looks.
But The Last Stand, Spider-Man, The Last Stand.
That one's pretty good.
That suit. From the era where he's older and he kind of goes crazy and becomes the Punisher and he's killing everyone. Oh my goodness! And he dies in that suit in the graveyard. Oh my goodness! I love it. I love it. I love this game so much.
This game's so good. What do you think about the suit they made for the game? The white spider.
You know what, dude? Freaking
What are you
awesome.
mashing buttons over there, dude?
I'm fighting some bad guys. Like,
This
talking about
guy.
Spider-Man, I got it. I love Spider-Man, man.
Yes, we all love Spider-Man.
But I mostly opened this game and then I got sidetracked. But I wanted to talk about the suits, like the story where it's like, it's a story about Peter Parker and the relationship he has.
How it works. It's so great.
It's not a Spider-Man game though. Like, it's called Spider-Man, but it's a Peter Parker game because it looks at both aspects of his life.
That's what happens when you burn the candle at both ends.
You get a freaking awesome suit called the Dark Suit, which is my #1 suit.
Yeah, but he's jobless and homeless.
No, he has an apartment. He has an apartment at the end of the game.
No, he's sharing.
Who's he sharing it with?
Does he have an apartment? I thought he was sharing. Because Mary
it's
Jane
his
offers.
apartment.
And then he's a move with Miles, but then Mary Jane offers.
Yeah. It's like the homemade suit from Spider-Man: Homecoming, the Civil War Stark suit. Now it does have the Iron Spider from Civil War. I would have preferred the original Iron Spider suit,
yeah.
but still cool to have.
For sure.
The damage suit was cool. The original, oh my goodness, the classic suit was awesome. And then the vintage comic book suit with the cell shading.
And then there's a special, what was it called? The quips. Yeah, spider quips. That one was great.
Why does no one want to do a rap battle with me?
Nobody wants to, dude. Trash. I wouldn't want to see Spider-Man rap either.
I bet he could rap. I bet he could rap as good as a spider can.
No, shut up. Or bro, and then Harry's little side story had going on through the whole story was pretty good too.
And then when you find out, like, you go into the office.
Yeah.
And it's like into the room, and it's like all this equipment, and they're like, "What's going on?" And then there's that, and then the goblin bombs. They're goblin
bombs, bro.
Oh my god.
They see the goblin mask too right before you enter the room. This is pretty good too. Bro.
The goblin masks. Yep.
I can't wait for the goblin. I can't wait.
And then it's the symbiote is in the tank with Harry at the end.
I'm still not sure if that's a symbiote.
It is a symbiote, dude. It's a symbiote.
I don't know. I still don't like how it's like it's in the thingy. I don't know about that still. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, only the thought of the symbiote being made is like, no, it came from space. It came from the Secret Wars.
Well,
like I don't mind it coming from a rock from space, you know, because they obviously can't do Secret Wars.
In the Ultimate Universe, it was made by Peter Parker's dad and Eddie Brock's dad.
Yeah, I don't care. It's in the Ultimate Universe. This is like Sony Universe.
True. It could be an offshoot of the Ultimate Universes.
Shut up.
But who cares?
That's too many alternate universes.
It's the Marvel. It's a symbiote. Who cares?
It's a symbiote.
And this is its own thing.
I don't want it to be a symbiote though.
Dude, it'd be so awesome if it was, though.
No, it's just weird.
It's weird. I know. It'd be weird. I know. What else? Aunt May dying at the end, where Peter's like wants to save her, and he's like, I don't know what to do, and she's like, yes, you do. I raised you better than that. And it's just like he has to let her die, and I literally put down the controller, and I cried like a baby.
Bro, I cried. No, why Aunt May? No.
And it's like her sacrifice saves everyone, and it's just like, oh my goodness, let her be with the one she loves. And then she's like, take off that stupid mask, and he's like, what do you mean, ma'am? And she's like, I just want to see my nephew. And you're just like, she knows. You're like, oh my goodness.
Oh, bro. It was, bro, seeing her die, bro. I was like, no, I've never seen her die in anything. Never. She's like always the constant in Spider-Man. Aunt May being there.
There's a couple universes where she dies.
But too few, too far to mention.
Yeah, but it's
and a big game like this, bro. And like this game actually had stakes, homie. Like, bro, she died. No.
Where the freaking fight where Dr. Octopus reveals that he knows you're Peter. And he's like, I have too much to lose in this. I have too much at stake in this fight. And then he's like, not as much as me. And then he's like beating the crap out of your mentor, a person you loved, someone you admired.
Bro, that was a great boss fight. Bro, to be honest, I didn't think that for me there was 4 constants that were happening in this game. Aunt May was gonna survive, Spider-Man will survive, Mary Jane will survive, and Miles Morales. And anybody else, it's a free-for-all. But no, bro, they killed off Aunt May, bro. They know. I didn't know, like, bro. That threw me. That threw me for like a. Like, it threw me through a loop, bro. I was like, no way. Even after the scene faded, you know, maybe she survived. Maybe they got the serum to her. But as soon as they saw the funeral, nope, she died. She died, bro. Like, no, why?
And then the part where Miles Morales shows off he's like, Peter, I need to talk to you. Something's changing about me, and he's like, he thinks
bro,
it's the
that
sex
scene
talk.
was great. Yeah, I saw it coming a mile away, but it was still good to see it.
It was, oh my goodness.
Such a good game.
It should win Game of the Year. I'm sorry, God of War was good, but this.
Well, I think the only thing keeping the Game of the Year is those stupid Mary Jane and those Mary Jane parts and some of Miles Morales parts too. Pretty bad.
Now the part where you're teaming up with Spider-Man is Mary Jane.
Like if you had to keep one of them in the game, I'd rather keep that one. Because that one didn't annoy me as much as the other ones. Miles Morales, the only one that annoyed me was with Miles Morales was two of them. The only one that didn't annoy me was the one when Spider-Man was passed out during that when they bombed the podium, whatever.
When they bombed.
Yeah. That made sense to me that Miles was still up because you know Spider-Man's knocked out, so he has to play somebody plays Miles, which made sense story-wise. So I didn't mind that one as much.
Oh man.
The Rhino one wasn't
Not
too
to mention
bad.
the Rhino and Scorpion fight, that was tedious at best.
No, I meant the Miles one.
Oh yeah, that one was fun because that scared me.
The only one I could have done without Miles was that one is going to feast. Like, bro, I don't need to see this. He can walk there himself. I don't need to see this. That's the only one that I didn't need to see. Man, stop playing the game.
Dude, it's freaking.
Look at you button mashing back there.
Okay, let's make a list here. Favorite part of the game.
Favorite part of the game. Like story-wise, or just like?
Just your favorite part of the game.
Have to be that train fight scene with Mr. Negative.
Oh my goodness, this worked worked last time I did it. Oh jeez, that was great.
That was great.
That was a great scene.
That was great.
Which is one of the best Spider-Man scenes from any of the movies. Like, from the best Spider-Man movie as well.
This worked last time.
This worked last time.
Oh, I'm so good. That was a good scene. It was a good fight too. I love the fight. Like, you're just fighting it in the train. I love how most of the fights are very different. Well, besides when you get towards the end, it kind of mesh together. Besides Doc Ock.
Oh, and then they have the guy at the party who's dressed up like the Rhino from the TV
Bro, and
show.
he's trying to fight you.
And then you like start webbing him up, and he's like, "Wait, is this the real?
Is this the real Spider-Man?" Oh,
so, favorite suit. What's your favorite suit?
ooh, favorite suit. Spider-Man 2099, the white version. Looks great.
Damn that! Oh
Loved
my
it.
goodness, that one.
Looks so good.
I did like that one.
I was going to say the Ghost Rider one, but then that one, for some scenes, it didn't work too well. Like, you couldn't tell if his mouth was moving. It's just a static skeleton skull right there, you know? So that's why I can't say that one.
They should have shown the mouth moving.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been hilarious. Like, I have to say, my favorite suit, the suit I played with throughout most of the game, was the dark suit, which is from Spider-Man and Deadpool. After Deadpool kills Spider-Man and brings him back to life, he gives him this suit, and it was awesome.
What suit? What suit was that?
The dark suit, the one that you get from Black Cat.
Oh, that one. Okay.
And like, I like the claws and like the Widowmaker hourglass on his hands. I think that's great.
Yeah, that was a pretty good suit too. But I loved all the suits besides, you know, the big three.
I hated the ESU suit.
Bro, I don't know why it's even there.
I like the naked suit. I'm glad that was in the game. I
wouldn't have minded that much if it gave it to you after that Scorpion. Because you see him naked, you know, that makes sense if you give it to you right there. But no, it didn't. It's like, why do so much for this stupid suit?
You know what I think is the weirdest looking suit?
Which one?
The wrestler suit.
It is weird looking.
The only reason it looks weird, in my opinion, is because of the hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. The hands. He's not wearing anything. I still can't stand that stupid spider suit though.
The Secret Wars or the naked one?
No, the Secret Wars.
I thought the Secret Wars was a Miles Morales suit because he's been known to wear the black with the red lining. So that's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's very similar, just without the blue spider. Another one I wasn't a big fan of is the Big Time suit.
Big Time suit? What is that one?
The stealth suit. The
I didn't mind
black
that
and
one.
green. It made him look like he was a part of the Foot Clan from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, dude. the greens would throw it off. If they had like the white bug eyes, then yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Yeah, the white spot, like, oh jeez, the white 2099 suit is amazing.
2099 suit's amazing.
I don't get why it's called the 2099 black suit, though.
Hmm?
The other 2099 suit, it's called the 2099 black suit.
What do you mean? Just black suit?
If you look at, like, the list, like, go in the game and read it, and it says Spider-Man 2099 black suit. And that's the blue suit.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
like
see that.
2099 white suit. And it's just like, this is retarded. Like, this shouldn't be here. The Spider-Man Noir suit was good. The Scarlet Spider. Mm-hmm.
The original Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, yeah. Because there's another Scarlet Spider out there.
And then there's a time where he took over as Spider-Man, and his spider suit was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the Ben Reilly suit, and it was just like, oh,
that one's really good.
Mm-hmm. And of course, like, my favorite one is the dark suit. Like, hands down, it looks like he kills people in that suit. But my favorite, like, the coolest looking suit is the Antioch. Antioch, hands down.
Dude, I love that one.
And then the part where it's like, maybe Spider-Man needs help from his friend Peter Parker. And you're just like,
I know what she meant when she said that. Does he need to go, like, cook up some, like, like, some acid to destroy his arms in the lab? But no, he makes a whole new... I didn't expect to get a whole new suit at the end of the movie. And at the movie, at the end of the game.
Dude, this was like the greatest Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, the greatest one.
What are some parts of the game that you didn't like?
Besides the Miles Morales and Mary Jane stuff? Or like what? Those are like only two things I didn't really like gameplay wise. Where'd you go?
I'm still here. Man, no, there was a lot like I don't like how some of the stuff in the game where it's just like, oh, after you do everything, it's like stud crimes. Like, I wish they added oh crap, what was it, like after every 5 missions there was a breakout from the raft, and then you had to stop a supervillain. That would be really cool.
That's what you wanted. See, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind the whole crimes at the end. Like, yeah, that's fine. It's the end of the game.
It is. It was the end of the game.
I just love swinging around, bro. The swinging mechanics were great.
The swinging mechanics were great.
The one thing, okay, there's one thing I didn't like is the stupid challenges to get gold. It's so annoyingly hard.
The stealth and beat 'em up challenges, I maxed out. The only ones I have failed to max out.
It's the stupid racing ones. You gotta race the drone.
Are the drones or the bombs?
I could do some of the bombs and gold. It's just the stupid drones that make me so angry. Like, I want to throw my controller out the window. The stealth ones aren't too bad, and the beat 'em up ones are pretty easy. Especially you get that one punch man thingy on. Take him out real quick.
Not to mention they're adding new suits.
Oh, that's right. They are adding new suits for the DLC.
There's going to be more than one as well.
How much is the DLC?
For all of them, I think it's like $20.
Oh, that's not bad. That sounds like actual DLC.
But, like, how long are the DLCs going to be? Like,
that's a good question.
Just get.
That is a good question.
Still, the dark suit is.
I've never seen Insomniac put out DLC before, so it's hard to judge. They never really put out DLC for a Spider-Man game before, from what I could tell.
Well, they've never put out DLC for other games before either.
That's what I'm saying, so it's hard to judge off how long the DLC would be. Cause Witcher 3 put out DLC, but that DLC was 8 hours long. Like, it was a good chunk of DLC. You know, it's like that's what DLC is supposed to be. You know what I mean? I've seen how shitty Destiny DLC can be, and it's pretty shitty.
Oh no, let's not even talk about that crap game.
So I just hope it's like the Witcher 3 DLC, pretty lengthy.
If it's like 4 hours long, that'd make me happy.
If it's 6 hours long, I'll be extremely happy.
Because they're adding new factions of bad guys.
They are?
Yep. They're adding new story missions. They're adding new suits.
I kept wanting to see the Black Cat.
They're adding new side. Huh?
I kept wanting to see the Black Cat throughout the. I kept thinking I'll be up into her, but we don't.
I saw her, and I was not happy.
How she looks?
I'm not happy with. No, because Black Cat needs cleavage showing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be that guy.
Oh yeah.
She needs to be showing her boobies.
Yeah, makes sense. They do it for Catwoman. They don't do it for Black Cat. It's weird.
Now, does she look attractive? Yes, but
Of course.
dude, and the fight with Taskmaster. Oh, geez, that was
Fight
fun.
with Taskmaster was so fun, dude.
I'm like, what's going on? And like, he beats me up. I'm like, oh, dang. And I beat him up. I was like, oh, yay.
Oh, he beat you up?
The first time he caught me
No.
off guard, because
Trash, bro. I beat him first time. Get out of here. And on spectacular too. No, playing the game on hard wasn't as difficult as playing the game on hard on God of War. Because playing the game on game God of War was
there were some broken things in this game that made the game quite easy.
what was broken.
Like the Web Blossom. The Web Blossom was way
Red
too
Blossom
strong.
saved my butt so much.
And the creator of the game, he came out and said he's like I was playing it. I was playing on the hardest difficulty with Web Blossom, and
It's pretty cheese, homie.
yeah.
All right, so is that it? Spider-Man? Nothing else?
Yeah, I think that was it. I think we're at the point where it's just like love, just pure straight love.
Okay, real quick, your final score on Spider-Man. Before we end it.
I'll give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 for me too.
It's not perfect, but it's close.
It's close. Its strengths outweigh its weaknesses.
Now,
Like,
for a
great.
game, I give it 9 out of 10. For a Spider-Man game, a 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10.
Compared with the recent last crap that we've gotten in the past
Again, all the
years.
Amazing Spider-Mans are trash.
Yeah. So I think this is the end of our podcast. We've been doing this for about almost 2 hours.
Almost. Alright, guys, we'll
Almost.
catch you later. God bless. Don't stick your dick in crazy. Be safe.
Don't stick your dick in crazy.
We'll catch y'all later, hopefully. Maybe in a week. Who knows?
No wiser words have ever been said. Probably closer to 3 months.
Probably closer to 3
been
months.
Like 4 months. I think the last time we did it was we were talking about God of War.
Yeah.
Came
It's April.
out. Yeah. So we'll see
Try
you
to
guys
make it
soon,
weekly. Hopefully.
We'll try.
We'll try. Alright, bye.